Hello everybody, my name's Blake. Today I'm going to show you how to do regular car maintenance on your car. I've been doing regular maintenance on this car since I was 17 years old. I put my own 4.5-inch lift on it. I've changed just about every fluid in this car by myself, so I know what I'm talking about here. Here I have a 1997 Jeep Wrangler. Alright, I like to do this regular maintenance before every trip that I go on. I just check the fluids. So first, we're going to start out with checking our oil. Every car has an engine oil dipstick. In order to check your oil accurately, you pull it all the way out, you wipe the used oil off of it, you insert it back in, and you pull it back out. So as you can see, there is a safe line and an add line. I am right in between, so I do not need to add oil. You do not want to overfill your engine oil, or else your engine could explode. It has happened. The next fluid we're going to be checking is our brake fluid. I actually had a problem with my brakes a few months ago where they didn't stop, and it's because I was low on fluid. So today I'm going to be checking it. There is a lot more than you need, but as you can see, there's a fill dot and an add dot. All right, the next fluid we're going to be checking is our windshield washer fluid. So I have plenty in there. It could use a little bit more. Don't mind the dirtiness. It is an old car, but currently my windshield sprayers do not work. And I've found out what the problem is, and the best way to find a problem is to track it back. So these are where my windshield fluid sprays from. So I'm just going to follow the line back. It goes all the way down here under my master brake cylinder, all the way here to right here. And this is what the problem is. This motor right here is what pushes the windshield washer fluid through the line and up onto your windshield. But as you can see, it's rusted and crusted over. So I have a feeling that this needs to be changed before my windshield washer sprayers will work again. The next thing we're going to be talking about today is my power steering pump. We're going to check the fluid. First, let me grab a paper towel to wipe the fluid off. You twist the cap, and as you can see, I had plenty of fluid, but there is an add line, a full cold line, and a full hot line. I normally don't pull it out when it's hot because there is a chance that it gets heated and expands and explodes all over you, which is not a good thing. And this is incredibly important because without this, you would have no power steering, which I didn't have the other day when my power steering pump exploded and it was leaking fluid everywhere. So I had a new one replaced. This line right here is the pressurized line that goes all the way to the power steering assembly down at the bottom of the car underneath here. All right, the next fluid we're going to do is coolant or antifreeze. So what we're going to do is we're going to check. I need some coolant. So what we're going to do is first, we're going to put our funnel in. And when our coolant is that low, I like adding the coolant straight into the radiator. Instead of your car having to pull it out of the reservoir, it goes straight in. So I'm going to pour coolant in. And then we're going to pause to see how much we have. It's going to take a second to go through the radiator. So the level is going to continue going down. And then we're going to add some more because we can use some more. So now that we have enough coolant in the radiator, what we are going to do is we're going to put the cap back on and put fluid in the reservoir. You're going to push down and twist. You want to make sure that's tight, because when this coolant heats up, if there's anything loose here, it will push off and explode. So next we're going to put the funnel into the reservoir and pour our coolant in. Now, there is lines over here on the side that are full and add way down at the bottom. But I am nowhere near the full line, so we're going to keep going. And now, before everybody starts going to do their own coolant, this is a very important thing. You want to grab the pre-diluted. If you don't grab the pre-diluted and you put the undiluted in, it's too thick to travel through these lines and through your radiator, and so it won't cool down. Your engine will get super hot. So you want to make, if you use the undiluted stuff, make sure to dilute it before you put it in, because that can ruin your radiator and your engine. To show you that it's not just my car that has all this and your car has this, I'm working on my buddy's truck. Now, because my car is so old, I have to open it from the outside and it's cheap. I'm gonna show you what a normal hood pop looks like. Every car is going to have a lever like this. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's on the door, sometimes it's on the dash. But his happens to be right here. So we're going to pull it and it's going to pop his hood. Then we're going to come over, lift up, and there's a little pin down underneath. So we're going to open the hood and we're going to locate everything before we start working on it. Here we have our dipstick where you put the oil if he needs it. Here's his coolant. We'll walk over to the other side of the truck. Here is his brake master cylinder. This is where his brake fluid is. And this is where his windshield washer fluid is. All right, so we're going to start by checking his oil level. So we're going to grab a paper towel. We're going to pull his dipstick out, long dipstick. We're going to wipe off the old oil. We are going to feed it back in and pull it back out. Let's see where we are. Oh, he is over the fill line. As you can see, his is a little bit different than mine. His fill line is here, and his add line is these little dots. So he does not need any more oil. So we will put this back. All right, and we will move on to the next fluid over here, which is his coolant. All right, so we are going to open his coolant tank and we're going to take a peek inside. He still has some coolant in there, but I do not have the coolant he needs because different cars require different coolant. Since his car is a bigger engine, he needs coolant that's going to be better at cooling than my car does. So make sure you know what type of coolant and what type of oil you need for your car. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to find the kind of oil you need. As you can see over here on his cap, he needs SAE 5W30. If you don't have it on your cap, you can always check your owner's manual that comes in your glove box. But here we have 5W30. Because he doesn't need any oil, we're not going to add and overfill it because that's how bad things happen. So real quick, we're going to talk about his brake fluid. We're going to open it up. As you can see, he has plenty of brake fluid. And his windshield washer fluid is a lot harder to see than mine, but he looks like he needs some, so we're gonna run to the store and grab some later. After you've done all this maintenance, you're gonna wanna give it a little test run. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. We've done everything right. No noises, no leakage, no fluid under the car. I'll see you next time.